Hello, this is Bowblax and we're back from The Legend of Zelda of the Minish of the Caps. In the last episode, we started off this dungeon, the Cave of Flames. That's why I think it at least is called. I don't remember. It's not a very memorable name. And we destroyed a bunch of enemies in this room, and I left you on a cliffhanger for what could be inside this chest. In this episode, we will find out. In this chest is the Cane of Pacci. It's another very weird item. There's a lot of weird items in this game. The weirdness kind of stops after the first two dungeons though. But actually no, it doesn't stop after the first two dungeons. It stops actually around the first three dungeons. But yeah, this game has a lot of weird items. I mean, a gust jar, a cane of Pacci, like what the hell? But anyways, basically this cane just like lets off a little glow, and this glow can do various things. Mostly it involves flipping things, like right here, here's an example of it. There is this platform, these platforms, and you can flip them with the cane of the cane of something, and you can walk across them. Hey kid, why don't you take that cane of Pacci and fire it at that hole? I mean, you never know what'll happen until you try, right? So yeah, also what you can do with the cane, just like Elzo said, is you can put it in that hole, and then you'll jump up really high. And yep. But first I want to go back here to flip over this minecart. And now that this minecart's flipped over, we can actually go in it. But before we go in it, as you probably saw in the last episode, and I skipped over, and you were like, Bowblax, why skip over that? You even mentioned it in that episode, and it makes sense to get it in that episode. Actually, like forgot it. Like I just remember that it was in this room, like or when we were fighting those great choo-choos, because it's actually really hard, easy to miss. Is that there's the cracked wall over here that will lead us to the heart piece. So yep. Boom. And we get our next heart piece, which it's actually been a while since we got a heart piece, so that's always good. And now our life energy has been replenished and increased, so now we have 6 hearts. So we have a full heart container again made, so we already have 2 heart containers from heart pieces and then 1 from the actual last dungeon. So we have 3 heart containers added to our default 3, which makes 6. So yay, hooray for math! And as you know, in this dungeon we'll also get another heart piece. A heart container. So we'll have 7 by the time we get out of here. And that 6th piece of heart will make this boss fight a lot easier, which will be great. So now we got a key over here. So what we can do with that key is unlock that door back here. And basically, there's also a portal back to the beginning. It's pretty much just a checkpoint over there, so yep. And now we are coming down here. And you could switch the track right here, because it would make a lot of sense. But what you want to do is keep it like that, because what you want to do here is shrink. Because as Minish, you can't get past the track, so you have to have it that way, so you can get over here and go through this small hole. So yeah, it's always nice. And then you go past these mutated Bulbasaur buds. It looks like Bulbasaur buds. It's like someone like got a Bulbasaur and chopped off its bud and put spikes in it. Made it automatic. It looks really weird compared to the other spike things in the Zelda series. But yeah, that's just my opinion. When I saw them, I was like, what? But anyways, let's just flip that over. Go over here. Flip this and go over here. The Cane of Pacci, just kind of like the Gust Jar, actually even more so than the Gust Jar, doesn't really have much abilities outside this actual dungeon. Like it is used for certain places in the overworld, like random holes where you can like get up places that you haven't been before. But there's only a few select places like that, because there's barely any where you can go in the overworld even before getting to Mount Cernal and stuff. Because we're still pretty early in the game. I mean, it's only part 8. So yeah, it is pretty weird. Like that the Cane of Pacci doesn't really have much use. And I think even the Gust Jar has more use than the Cane of Pakuri because there's like a lot of cool things you can use with it. I don't know. The items will get more useful later on. I think the Cane of Pakuri is probably the most useless item in this game. But it's actually still pretty useful, like you use it in certain places in the overworld. It isn't as useless as some other Zelda items in the Zelda franchise, so yeah. I can't think of any off the top of my head right now, but I'm sure there's some, like, let me think. The boomerang? Like, the boomerang in Ocarina of Time, since you switch to, like, from Kid Zelda to Adult Zelda, like, right after getting the boomerang's pretty pointless, except for that, the 2 other times you have to switch to Kid Link in the game. So, yeah. Anyways, we can use the Cane of Pakuri right here to get up here and get another Kenstone piece, a green one this time. Most people actually need green Kenstone pieces, and green Kenstone pieces are the most common. It's kind of odd that we found it last. But, yeah, because sometimes you can find Kenstone pieces in grass, and usually the green ones pop out. And then the red ones and blue ones are in chests. But I guess we haven't found much Kenstone pieces outside of chests. So yeah. So anyways, this place is actually pretty tricky. What you have to do is wait till it comes. Get on this platform, switch it, get off. Boop. And then wait again. You want it to be in the middle of going up, because what you want to do first is go up. You don't have to, but it's much easier, because right here is the boss door, and if you press a switch, you will get another checkpoint, which is always very helpful. Also, you can flip that over for later, so I always like going up first, because in case I die in this area, which is actually pretty likely, it's probably the hardest area in the dungeon, I won't, like, I can always get back easy. So yeah. Bloop. So yeah, you can kind of tell how this is hard because you have to do it really quick, and like you have to carry everything. And right here's a weird one too, because you have to actually move the pot, which is very annoying. So yeah, I usually die once there all the time because of the goddamn pots. But yeah. Stupid pots. Pots! My worst enemy! Rawr! Yeah. Kinda sucks that we can't break pots with our sword, but that'll come soon through a tiger scroll that we will get later in the game. Actually, pretty soon, probably like right after this dungeon, I'll get it. Maybe even in the next episode, who knows, because I am planning to end off this episode with the boss. I always like each dungeon to be like 2 parts, pretty like good, because dungeons usually only take half an hour, you know, they don't take that long. If you go back here, it isn't required, but you can get another Kenstone piece, which is fan-freaking-tastic. So yep. Got a Kenstone piece. Derpity derp derp. But where you're actually supposed to go is up here, and over here. So yep. I'm pretty much doing that commentary that I always mock all the time, like saying, and now we're doing this. You are blind. Let me do this for all my blind viewers. Like, seriously? God. Actually, it'd suck to be blind, because then you can, like, enjoy movies, or watch videos, or, like, anything. Or, like, enjoy barely any type of media. That actually kind of suck. They'd have to live like people did in the olden days with no media or good or digital form of entertainment, which is sad because I love digital media. Actually, what I'm working towards is becoming either like an indie video editor or an indie game developer. Most people know what an indie game developer is. Most people watching this, if you don't know, an indie game developer is someone who makes games like say Fez or Super Meat Boy or Braid or Limbo or Minecraft, actually, where 1 or 2 people only make the game and then they release it commercially on like usually stuff like PC or Xbox Live Arcade or something like that. Also, I want to become indie video editor, which most people don't know what is. Indie video editors are basically people who edit videos, like, not edit videos, I don't mean a video editor. Well, any video, actually. Mostly movies. People who don't, like, edit for a specific company. Like, I won't be a video editor for, like, Disney or something. Somebody can just hire me, I'll do it for their movie. Like, say if it's any movie, like, even, like, a high quality movie, which usually they have their own editors, or like somebody else's like movie that they want to make, they don't know how to edit, they want professionally edited. I'd be that person to just like edit their videos. And yeah, so I'm kind of working towards becoming an independent video editor through these videos like YouTube, just like general practice. I've gotten really good at certain things like pop-ups and stuff over the years and stuff of Let's Playing. And then I'm also working on a Super Mario 64 ROM hack, which I actually should work on more for practice on indie game developing, and other things too, like general creativity, like making custom levels in like Mario and Donkey Kong games, or like WarioWare DIY. Those are always like my favorite games because they're so creative with the level editor. But anyways, now I'm gonna stop talking about that, because I just need something to ramble on about for the last part of this dungeon, because it was pretty self-explanatory, but now this isn't very self-explanatory. This is probably a pretty easy boss. What you have to do is just get away from his head, and use the cane of Pacci on his back. He'll flip over, he'll get stunned, you go over, slash him middle, don't keep slashing it, try to stop slashing it after a point so you can get back to land, or else you will sink in the lava and lose a ton of health. So yes, and then you basically just dodge stuff. You cannot cane of Pacci when it is when it is red. You have to wait until it's like that color right now, where it's just like a rock, it's natural color, instead of just wait till like the lava goes off of it or whatever, or it gets like cooled down or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, this boss is pretty easy. It's probably even a bit easier than the first boss, because the first boss, it was kind of like really big, and it was like in the middle of the room. There wasn't much maneuvering room, you know, when it was just moving around and stuff. This one is always like a safe place, even though there's falling rocks and this lava does expand after a while. You just have a lot more room without getting hurt by like random movements from the boss. So I always found this one a bit easier. But yeah. That's basically all I have to say. That's pretty much the boss in a nutshell. I'm pretty sure it has 4 sword sessions that you need. I'm not gonna actually call it hits because you hit it multiple times with your sword. But it takes about 3 sessions, or 4 sessions actually. Well, 3 sessions, but sometimes you don't get as much hits as developers anticipated, and then you have to have another session, which is usually the case for me on the last hit, which is pretty much now. Like, if I did get it all in that go, the lava would have expanded, but here it did not, so yeah. Anyways, it gets harder and harder to, like, there's fire around the rim of the arena and stuff, and it always gets a little harder, but it's not too hard. Like, you'll probably lose like 3 hearts at most or something. It's not too hard. Half your health if you've been following my playthrough and stuff. Also, there's hearts inside the fire sometimes, so yep. So yeah, we're on the last hit pretty much. Just, yeah. So with this one, basically don't even try to go back. Just keep sword slashing, because a cutscene will automatically make you go back. And since it's the last hit, you want to get as much damage as you can on him, because you don't want to always go back and stuff. So just keep hitting till he's dead. Don't even stop. Don't even stop to go back. And yes, he is a goner. It's kind of sad on Minish Cap, actually, that they don't give you any, whatchamacallit, they don't give the bosses any names. Like in like Ocarina of Time, it would be like Phantom Ganon or whatever. It would be like Volvagia, the fire dragon, or whatever. But this one is just like, they don't have a name. Anyways, you got the fire element. Flames bring light to darkness and warmth to all. The fire element is the embodiment of that power. And a heart container, not a heart piece, is up here. So now we have seven hearts. And if we go through this portal, we will be warped out. Oh, that was hot. It was so hot. I thought my fibers would catch fire. But it's over now. I suppose we should get back and speak to Pro Jared. So yep, let's actually go quickly to Pro Jared to see what he has to say with his review of our sword. So yep. Skip, I don't want to hear all that dancing and hugging and kissing from Elzo. I'm good. So we are now in Swirly, Pro Jared's mind, Swirly. And let's go and talk to him. Well, that was fast work, but not so fast that I didn't finish reviewing your sword. Here, take a look. I call this new review the 1-minute review of fixing the white sword. You got the white sword! Its beautiful white blade sparkles in the light. You can put it away your grandfather's sword now. Once you infuse it with the power of the elements, it will become a sacred game. The Forest Elder, no doubt, told you this part though. But if you want to infuse your sword with better DLC, you better go to the Elemental Sanctuary. The Sanctuary is a strange realm trapped between two worlds. It's the bridge between the Minish world and the human world. The doorway to the Sanctuary opens only once every 100 years. You'll find that the door hidden within Hyrule Castle. Once the blade has been filled with the power of the 4 elements, you should be able to break the curse on your princess. I know you can do it. After all, you should make short work of that human mind. Let me tell you about shortcut that bring you down from the mountain. I'll find it right in front of the entrance of the mine. You just explore. Just follow that and you'll be down in no time. So yeah, basically what he's saying, since I kind of butchered that ending part of his speech, is that if we jump down here and just like keep jumping down, it'll just be an easy way to the bottom of the mountain. Also, if you had to go down for some reason, maybe you forgot the bomb bag like me, the big bomb bag, and you already got the Pacci blade, you can always just do this to get back up real quickly. So yeah. Anyways, in the next episode, we will go to the Elemental Sanctuary, as well as do some things in Hyrule, because we have to do some stuff to be cool enough to go to the next dungeon. Anyways, I've been Bowblax, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!